Hello again. Just doing a short video about this, about the V8 pilot, and about I just want to talk a little bit about the men that was working on the half-pass construction there. Just want to talk a bit more about the men working on the half-pass roading construction. One of the workers, they climbed on top of a high bluff with a rope tied around his waist for safety. Anyway, he was drilling holes for explosives about halfway on the halfway bluff. Anyway, down below the flooded hearth, the flooded river was in flood down below, and they were just making it. And the road actually goes around the side of the river there. When they finished that day, anyway, it was the weather started to turn to the worst, and the rain set in, and the guys packed up and went in for the day, and they cooked a bit of tea there on the old campfire. Then what happened was the mosquitoes started coming in. The mosquitoes, when it's a very wet place down there, and a lot of mosquitoes live down there, and sandflies, so they attack the workers anyway. And sometimes they run out of food down there, because they've been in there for a few weeks, and so sometimes they just quite a way in the bush there, and they just walk along the bush line and around the riverbed to where the cars were, so they could go and get some more food for the part of the for the next week anyway. So, yeah, sometimes they when hunting, when they run out of food down those road workers, sometimes run out of food, and they just went out hunting for their food. Yeah, and it didn't happen all the time. But it's only when the river was up quite deep and they couldn't get out, and they walked out there. Right, just doing a wee bit of a thing on the book here. Right, there's a guy out there. He's got a drill. And he's drilling on top of a bluff. And they put explosives in there, and they blow a cliff down. And after they blow the cliff down, they got this bulldozer that goes along and pushes it out a bit. And here's a picture of the compressor that the V8 pilot sometimes used to tow around. They used to use the V8 pilot to tow these compressors around with the hose on for the drilling. And here's a couple of guys with the drilling drilling with the drills and the hoses that connect up to the compressor, so they can go up into the cliff there, and they can drill in the side of the cliff, and they put the explosives in there to widen the road. Okay, so that's a little bit about there. Right, I just want to show you what I've been doing in the last week or so with this V8 Pilot here. I've been here struggling away, trying to unseize a V8 Ford Pilot motor. And there it is there. It's taken me a few days to try and get some of the pistons out and to unfree it. It's locked up. Like, this motor was locked up quite hard. Like it gave up its life and didn't want to go again. It didn't want to move. It was I think it was in its grave, and that was it. But I've been struggling for a couple of days. Been struggling for a couple of days, tried to unseize it. Okay, I've made a wee bit of progress on it. I have freed it. It's not quite gone right around, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I've made a little bit of progress, yeah. And I just showed some of the equipment I've been using. Anyway, these are bits of wood I have been using on top of the pistons to get them out. So it's not easy to get the piece of wood on there. There's another few bits of wood on there. I've bashed around, and I tried the old crank handle on one end and a bar on the other. It didn't really want to move. Sometimes you have sometimes you break equipment. You're using the old sledgehammers, and they want to break, and the handles there, and all these equipment that you use to unseize the motor, which people don't talk about, you know. Well, I'm talking about it anyway. I used bits of chain to wheel. I had the motor tied up with a bit of chain, putting leverage on it. I made a bit of a pipe thing there. That's to go down on one of the gudgeons anyway, on the piston, to try and knock it out. Okay, it's part of the motor. I've been you're probably asking me questions why I got a couple of clamps holding the part of the motor together. Well, okay, well, it's taken a lot of force to do it, and I have got a little crack here. Probably honing on there, you probably can't see it, but there's a little crack in there when I was stressing the flywheel out. I was putting a bar on there, trying to crank it over, and I actually put, trying to find leverage, and I actually put a couple of bolts into the clutch like that, and I was barring it this way. Not easy, you know, barring it this way, trying to get it going. Okay, we got a bit of disturbance in the background. Okay, I'm just showing some parts I have got off of it. But these are the heads off of it. These are the heads of the V8 Pilot. It's a flat head. They don't seem to be in too bad a condition. That's one, and that's the other one up there. That's the other head. It doesn't look too bad. I haven't cleaned them up. There's a bit of carbon around in here, a bit of carbon up in here, and over here there's a bit of carbon on some of them here, but they can be cleaned up, but they look pretty straight. They look pretty straight there. And this is the old head gasket, but it's probably been down for about 45, 50 years, bolted down there. So, okay, and this is the piston here. I just showing you a number. It's got on the top of the piston. It's got 030-S. That's the S. 030-S. Okay, and I'm just showing a piston here. Okay, a piston here. I'm just showing you this piston. This here is one of the pistons that didn't want to come out. See how the rod is sticking up, and it should be leaning down. Okay, but it doesn't want to. It's frozen. So I have to soak these rods into some diesel. And I've put all my nuts off the head, all in sequence, how they come out. Now I've picked up this piston and rod here, and I'll show you that. See how it goes to the bottom, and if I turn it around, it goes to the bottom there. Well, this one wasn't too bad to get out, but this one. But this other one, that is seized up. That's as stiff as a board. It won't move. I've got to soak that. And the rings, okay, the rings are fairly well rusted in there. So I've got to soak those to get the rings out of there. Okay, coming back to here, I've got these two N ones here. I think it's number 1 and number 5, number 1 or number 5 there. I'll have to get out. I've got that number there to get out, and I've got these one here to get out. But I've got this one out. I've got one out there. I've got 2 out there. Okay, I've got 2. It has two on the here, one of those on the drive shaft. Okay, I forget what you call them. Yep, journals or something. And I've got 2 pistons out of there, and I've got 1 out of there. So what I've done, how I did it was, I took the shield, I took those caps off. I undid them and only had a couple in there, so I was moving it back and forth, and I got two free. And then when I got those free, I took them out. Then I rebolt and put these caps back on, and I'm loosening those ones up. So I've got those ones loose. Those 2 are loose. They're probably ready to come out. Probably tomorrow. A bit more working on it. And this one here was needs a bit more. That can come out. That's working its way. These are loose. These ones here, 1, 2, and 3. But the 2 ones up the end there, right up the front, they're just starting to move around. So that's my progress I got. The exhaust pipes are a wee bit respectable here. They're a bit damaged. This one over here, this the exhaust pipe here, which is wee bit damaged, and probably I have to get a new exhaust pipe for this somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna have a go at checking it out. Put you on the magnet. Put you on the magnet and see if you can see that move. We're going to try and rotate it. Oh. Bit of stress going on, but see the handle, I can move the handle. It's still tight. It's still tight, but it is moved. Oops, got my bolts in there. But I am making progress. I am making progress, yes. But it's taken, this didn't happen in 5 minutes, it took about 4 days. I've been soaking it, in diesel. That's what I've been doing. I soaked the motor in diesel on the top end, at the top. Diesel only went so far, then I had to turn it over and put diesel down on the other piston, on the back of the piston. So it would soak in there as well, so you've got to do 2 sides. But okay, I'm just letting you know, I've been trying to unfree this. It wasn't a 5-minute job, but it does move, that handle, and it still wants working on it. I still have to do it. I still have to. Okay. It's about 45 years sitting under a birch tree, and I thought, oh, it's gonna die. Well, okay, I picked it up, and the old Ford Pilot live again. Full to start anyway. I made a wee bit of progress. It took a long time, and it bite back a bit, a couple of patches here and there on me here and there, but you get a couple of patches with broken hammers, bits of wood. She's a bit of a struggle, but I'm making progress. Yeah, that's at least what at least we can make a start on it and unfreeze the mode, unfreeze it. Now I just got to find some new rings. I'll probably have to get new rings for it and some new bearings for it. I have to find a place in New Zealand. I'm not sure where I'm going to find some rings or bearings for this old flathead. And another thing was I was going to start the old Rover V8 in it, but it didn't want to start up today. I tried to get it going, had it going. I had to bind it up. I have got it on a video, but I'm not sure how to put it on there. But I'll have to get that going another day, and we'll have to show you people how it goes anyway. Yeah. Okay, I'm signing out. I'm signing out on this video anyway. I've done a little bit. I showed you what I've done about the pistons and the nuts and the bolts. Okay, I'll catch you next time. Bye.